Hey everybody, and welcome back to another book review. Welcome to Yara's Quarantined. I got COVID, so I've been home for a few days now, and I was diagnosed over the weekend. So I'm out of school right now, which gives me a little bit more time to catch up on books. I've been reading a lot more, so expect a couple more book reviews of me in my pajamas. But this one I actually started a couple weeks ago, and I just haven't had time to read it. But it's called The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. Probably should start looking up how to say people's last names. But it was a book that I found actually at school. We have a bunch of, mini libraries around the school, and I saw this series, and I was like reading the back, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I love fairy stories and kind of retellings and everything like that, and it was talking kind of along the fairy line, and so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And the first couple chapters, I was not a fan. I was like, oh, this is trash writing. This is bad. But then it really switched, and I got kind of hooked into the story. So basically, it's about a girl named Megan, and she's always kind of been an outcast, really kind of struggled, and she's only ever had one friend, Robbie. And turns out that Robbie is actually her protector, Robin Goodfellow, also known as Puck. And she is actually related to Oberon, as in Midsummer Night's Dream. So like that whole thing. So I thought that was kind of cool, like a cute little way to bring in something that people recognize, because people recognize a Midsummer Night's Dream, and just kind of build a world around that. So I did like that aspect of it. But I mean, it's a decent book. Definitely geared more towards teens. But by the end of the book, I was a little bit more kind of curious to see where they're going to take it. And so I will probably read the next couple books. I picked up the 3 that I could find at school. So 1, 2, and 3, but there's, I think, 5 in the series. So we'll see. But yeah, so it's definitely pretty teen writing style. If I was a teen reading this, I would probably be more okay with the writing style, but because I'm an adult, I'm like, it could be better, just a little bit. And it's not terribly old either. It was written, or at least the first one was published in 2010, so it's not terribly old, but I just feel like it could be better written. There's definitely the beginning of the book is just, I feel like it's just trying to do something, and then in the middle, like the middle to the end of the book, I feel like the author really hit her stride, and it's making sense. And then the end, or the kind of final big battle, it was just rushed. I was like, oh, we're done. Oh, okay. It also is, at least in the first one, I don't know where it's going to go in the second, or the rest of the series, but she's playing with the idea of, fairies are made up out of people's imaginations, and so the reason that they stay alive is because people believe in them, people know about them, some people can see them, people obviously, worship them and all of that stuff, so that's the reason they stay alive, right? But there's a new breed of fairies, and those are called the Iron Fae, and they are made out of modern technology fears. So the idea of robots controlling your lives and viruses and all that stuff. So that created like this brand new branch of Fae. Okay, cool. Here for that. Not a new concept. It kind of, once you figured that part out of the story, it reminded me of American Gods, which I have not read. and but I know the concept, and I've seen clips and stuff from the show, so I know the idea, and that's just kind of what it felt like. And it almost felt like a ripoff, but like a little more kid friendly. So I get where she's going with that. I don't know if she's going to keep that piece though. Like, I feel like she is, because at the end of the book they were talking about like how it's poisoning the rest of the Fae. And so obviously it has to be kind of a big thing. And obviously the series is called the Iron Fae, so like you can't write a 5-book series if you're not going to keep that piece up. But it felt rushed. I was like, so we killed the dude, but like, is he gonna come back? Because he got like 5 pages. So I'm very curious to see where that goes. So yeah, I would probably give this a 3 out of 5, only because like it's definitely meant more for kids, or more for teens, I should say. And if I was a teen, I would probably rate it higher, but I'm not. I just feel like the author could have done a little bit better on the bringing us into the world piece, but I really like the concept of, you know, you're reading, and then as soon as they made the connection that Robbie was robbing Goodfellow, I was like, oh, I get where we're going. Which I thought that was cool, and it's also a good way for kids or teens to be introduced to Midsummer Night's Dream if they haven't been introduced to it, and if they have, it's a good modern connection. So I did like that. But yeah, the writing just a little low for me. Just really felt like it could have been better, but I'm curious to see where she goes with the story. So I will definitely be reading some more of the series, and let you guys know more. And it's a quick read too. Like, I had put it down for a couple weeks because I've just been busy, but since I'm sick, it only took me maybe 4 hours to read the rest of the book. So there you have it. As always, please continue to send book recommendations. If you haven't figured it out, I'm really working my way through the actual list, in addition to stuff from book club. So whatever people have suggested, it's gone on my list, and I'm just trying to work through the list. So we'll see. Hopefully everybody else is staying not sick. I'm sure you all can hear the congestion. But I hope everybody else is doing very, very well this winter, and look forward to seeing you in the next book review. Bye.